Disclaimer: this channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. On profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Nelson Mandela, 1918–2013, was a South African dark patriot who burned through 27 years in jail for battling against the country's oppressive politically sanctioned racial segregation arrangement of racial isolation. His exchanges in the mid-1990s with South African President F.W. de Klerk stopped politically sanctioned racial segregation and introduced a quiet progress to greater part rule. Mandela filled in as president, 1994–99 of the country's most memorable multi-ethnic government. Here are a portion of his best quotes. A fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world a better place we so passionately dreamt of. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. Many people in this country have paid the price before me and many will pay the price after me. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. It is in the character of growth that we should learn from both pleasant and unpleasant experiences. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. It is not our diversity which divides us, it is not our ethnicity, or religion or culture that divides us. Since we have achieved our freedom, there can only be one division amongst us, between those who cherish democracy and those who do not. A critical, independent and investigative press is the lifeblood of any democracy. The press must be free from state interference. It must have the economic strength to stand up to the blandishments of government officials. It must have sufficient independence from vested interests to be bold and inquiring without fear or favor. It must enjoy the protection of the Constitution, so that it can protect our rights as citizens. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people.